Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's arena time. And these are all classes I've played fairly recently, so just strictly the one that I played least recently was Priest. I played Priest first out of these three with the new expansion, so we're going to try another Mean Streets Priest and see what I can get. You're garbage. This card can be strong, but I mean, it's really kind of like combo-y and not usually the greatest. Bomb Squad is interesting because it is solid removal, and you also get a 2/2, and then you take 5 damage. It's not ideal by any stretch. Light and Naru can give you a small minion that can have a huge attack power after a little bit of healing, and it does a little bit of healing, but I think I'm going to take the Bomb Squad so I can blow things up. Mind Control's so strong, but it's so late game. I really want to have some strong late game stuff. I better take that. Get one out of the way. Okay, I better take North Sea Kraken. Like, the Yetis are good, but Krakens are amazing for winning things. Not too keen on Shield Bearer, although as a priest he could be slightly better, but yeah, you need a buff anyway. Micro Machine, a little on the weak side. Big Time Racketeer, that's a 6/6 that he comes with. I guess I'm going to take that. We're going to start building our expensive stuff and then hope we get some cheaper stuff later. I'll take the Hired Gun. If he was a 3/4, he'd be amazing. He's not, but he's still okay. The amount of stats you get. Here's a good hint. A minion has pretty good stats for its casting cost if it's attack and if it's got 1 point more than like 2 times its casting cost. It's pretty straightforward. If he was a 3/3 for 3, that'd be crap. That'd be weak. But if he's got 1 extra point, then his stats are not weak for the casting cost. How well they're ranged depends minion by minion, but he's also got an ability, so not too bad. Okay. Oh, I don't like Mad Bomber. Circle of Healing is pretty iffy if I don't have the stuff. Should I just take a Flash Heal? It's such a weak-ass card. I don't know what my deck is going to end up like. I'm going to take the Circle of Healing because I don't feel like Flash Heal is going to do much, and I refuse to take the Mad Bomber. Bite me. Although I do need to get some cheaper things. Now, more card drawing is pretty good. I've got a lot of, so far, out of these very few cards, my cards are mostly big. I do need to get lower cost cards, but it's better to have 3 more attack, or be kind of crap on the board, but give me another whole card. Later in the game, growing into the whole card is pretty good, but I think I'm going to go Tall Spider. The Snowball, okay, Micro Machine's fine. I don't want to, like, knock Micro Machine, but I don't think I'm going for an aggressive Sword deck. I think I'm going to take the Snowball because, as a priest, his 6 hit points actually can be healed a lot. Take the Priest of the Feast, who could keep my ass alive, potentially, if I get some spells. Or do I take the Northstar Cleric, who could be drawing me lots of cards, and she's something I can play early in the game, except early in the game she's not as great as later in the game. I'm going to take the Priest. Should probably have taken her, but... Ooh. Not good. Pretty damn good. Especially, he is amazing to recombobulate the Big Time Racketeer. But Light Bomb is amazing. I'm not going to find a lot of cards that replace that. Okay, I really need some cheaper things. So I'm actually going to take Ogre Brute over the Mech Yeti. Because I really need to have some cheaper things in here. I'm not taking another Mind Control. That's very expensive. Silencing things is pretty good. If they have a weapon, blowing it up is obviously fantastic. Usually they won't, or usually I'll just get it. If I get it early in the game, I'm just going to play it without them having a weapon, probably. Do I want to go with extra mile and have the Iron Beak? Silencing is pretty good. I'm going to take the Iron Beak out. My deck is so far very weak in the early game. Oh, man. Okay, I don't have any dragons yet, so we're not taking him. We're a third of the way through, no dragons. I'd have to get dragons, and I'd have to get a bunch of dragons to make him work. This guy is just going to come out and silence something, which is pretty good. Although the Warden could be okay as a priest, his attack is just so low. Like, he needs something to boost his attack just to, like, 2 to make him, like, amazing all of a sudden. But, yeah, no, I'm going to take the Sonic 2. Silencing is good, and he's also a good size. I'd be loaded up on Circle of Healing if that's what I was looking for, but no. If I took this, I'd have multiple things with spell damage. I have no damaging spells yet. That would make them good. And of course, if I see a Holy Nova, I'm going to take it anyway. There are only so many damaging priest spells, though. That one I didn't like that. I think I need to take the Twisted Warden because I have nothing cheap in my whole deck. For the Sewer Ooze? Or take another one? These guys are really pretty strong for later in the game. My deck's going to be too expensive, though. You need a strong mid-game in this set, I think. That's too weak. You're an idiot. Like, this guy's never going to get charged. Like, your opponent's hand has to be literally empty. That's very rare. Only way late in the game when you don't care about drawing a 4-cost card is that going to matter. Brewmaster? My guys aren't that heavy on battle. I mean, he gets his stealth back. Silence. I've got a bunch of silence guys, actually. Reusing the bomb squad would be pretty awesome. It's not going to come up. But it's battle cry too. Let's take the Brewmaster. Get some neat battle cries. Thoughtsteal to draw more cards would be good, but I really need to take one of these two because I have like nothing cheap. I'm going to take the Loot Hoarder because he draws me a card. Although turning down the Shadowward Pain is probably going to make me sad. The Chemist is awesome because she gives me another card, but this is guaranteed to kill something big. Unless they just don't have anything that big. This... 12 Chemist is like 2 cards for 1, though. Like, she's just big enough that she's not a completely sad waste of time for 4 mana, even though, obviously, her stats are not good for 4 mana. But she's giving you a whole other card. The potions tend to be pretty damn good. They include some strong AoE stuff. So much slower than just doing the server. I'm going to take that because more power, ultimately, but I need to get some cheaper things. So I'm going to take the Magma Rager. No. I'm going to take the Voodoo Doctor, because I need some cheaper things. I really need some strong 2 and 3 cost minions. This is not that powerful. I have no buffs for him. Stealing stuff's okay, but Hearthstone Mechano does a lot. I have to have multiple things out to make him really good, and I don't have that many things. I think I'm going to take Enhanced Mechano over these two, though. You're an idiot, but these are... I need minions in that price range. I don't need this. Divine Spirit is pretty powerful. Come to respect that. Just, like, make something tough. Even if I just give this guy +3 health, that's not a great use of a card, but it will often work out into I get to kill something with him and have him survive. But I need to have minions to cast it on, and I don't have the cheap minions. Yeah. 3/1 is so bad against classes that have a deal 1 damage ability, which is 1 in 3 classes. Against the other 2 classes, that's so terrible, but this is not what I wanted, but I think I need to have more cheap minions. I think that need overrides. If I take this, I'm gonna have this and a handful of like things that cost 4 and up. I think I've got to take him. It sucks. Probably take the Bartender because as much as the Northstar Cleric would be amazing, she doesn't fight well, and he fights just fine. Okay, this is the stuff. It's tempting to take the Potion of Madness because that can serve what I need. I want cheap minions, but really what I need is to be able to handle a bunch of cheap minions, which this also does. The Talon Priest is also pretty awesome. But at 3, like, I could be in for some really slow starts. I think I should actually be taking the Potion of Madness for this situation. You are such a terrible, crappy guy. But these are not what I need. I need the cheaper stuff. I'm going to have, like, nothing cheap. If he gets lucky, this guy might hit 2 health. But I'm just going to take a 2-1 for 1 at this point. So I've started to balance it out a little bit. I've got, what? I'm going to call this a minion just for this purpose. The purpose of having early game and not just dying because my opponent put out 3 weak creatures that kick my ass all game. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Ish. Okay, at this point about a third of my deck is actually functional early game cards, so I'm going to go back to choosing fatness. Fat. Done what I need to do. If I see anything really good in that range, I'll take it, but like I'd rather have the Song Stealer than this guy. They both kind of have the same stats for the casting cost, but as your casting cost goes up, like past 5, this sort of 1-to-1 starts getting worse and worse. And this is 1-to-1 with like an ability, and it's a really good ability. Annoyatron, that's what I need. Keep me alive. Now I'm going to have to do some beast math. I should probably just take the Wolf Rider because he kills things, but beasts, I don't have any dragons, I don't think. Beasts and Murlocs. I didn't take any Murlocs, and I'm going to have, like, no beasts. I've got, like, 1, 2, when you count the, yeah, that one. That was the 2 I was thinking of. No, I'm not going to have the stuff for this guy. I'm better off taking the Wolf Rider. He'll come out and kill something. Okay, now I'm getting better early game stuff, making me wish I'd gotten rid of it. I hadn't taken the Anomaly, but whatever. I had to make sure I wasn't getting screwed, I think. I do have a fair amount of battle cries in there. I could get them. I could use this to get them back and redo them. Even though I really like the Gilblin Stalker, I think I might take this guy. I think I might make some plays out of that. I've got a lot of battle cries that are like worth a card. Hello. Frost Giant, pretty decent. I don't know if it's that high a priority with Priest, but Dragonfire Potion, even though I don't have any dragons, the ability to just deal 5 damage to all minions is excellent. I'm going to have 2 6-mana, like, board wipe-ish cards. I'm going to take that. So I'm going to hope this deck can live long enough to the mid-game and then has enough strength to sort of win it over. With my Priestness, I have some very strong late-game cards. And I have a fair amount of stuff in the mid-game. I have some things, a few things to give me card advantage. I don't know, we're going to give it a shot. I feel slightly better about this than I did my last Paladin deck, although my last Paladin deck pulled off a lot of stuff with more of an early game focus. Actually, it's more. It's like the mid game focus, but it had early game cards that helped the mid game, which is really kind of the one of the major themes of Mean Streets. It's you need using your early game stuff to set up for a very powerful mid game. And man, I'm so slow. I am feeling like I need a new computer, but I'm also feeling like there's still no excuse for it to have problems, because it's friggin' Hearthstone. Yeah.
Anduin versus Geralt.
We got a warrior.
Victory on deck.
I have some early game cards.
Shall bring victory.
We're gonna pitch the Circle of Healing. The Circle of Healing is really only good kind of if I have some of my bigger stuff later in the game, where I can do trades and then heal. Yeah, so Mechano takes it. He's not good for a while. Although, well, we're just going to play this to have something. No, he's super fragile. Although in Handsome Mechano, any one of his buffs on this guy, if this guy comes out, doesn't die, then if he gets either Wind Fury or Divine Shield, those are both awesome on him. Now, he'll probably end up just getting Taunt, which he already had, so he gets nothing, because that's how luck works. But, yeah, random. Kind of wish I had the coin. What is this guy thinking about so hard?
Fly, Polly.
Okay. There's an effective counter to my fairly weak-ass start. But it's not like a powerhouse here. It's not like he's going to mutilate me with just that. I didn't get the Frost Giant, but I'm just going to heal myself anyway and pretend I did. The real question is what comes out now. Probably play him next, because I don't have anything to protect, right? Like, whatever damage he can do right now, there's going to be more important stuff for him later. Wolf Rider, there's definitely more important stuff for him later. If this guy can kill things and then get healed, he can be quite a force. Brute force. Yeah, that's what I need. I need like a robot shark. Stupid. Anyway, So, are you going to do it? This guy thinks kind of slow. Like, he thinks a lot when he's playing. I don't mean that he thinks slow as a person. I just mean that he plays this slower than most, which is unfortunate. Also unfortunate that this only has a 50% chance of attacking what I want it to. So, if he misses, then I'm going to kill that guy with the Wolf Rider, because I don't want any crazy accidents.
Me smash you.
50-50. Damn it. Nope, that was the least best alternative. Awesome. I would like to play this and get a random potion. If he had something, he might have something in hand, like an abusive sergeant or something that, or not the, whatever, not the abusive sergeant, the orc sergeant, to like do 1 damage to this guy and go Super Saiyan and hit me for like 8, which would be terrible. But this would be a really efficient use of my mana and give me potions, and I wouldn't have any stuff out that might, like, I wouldn't have any victims for this guy to eat and then go crazy. It's so tempting to just kill him with this guy, but I'm thinking maybe I'm going to take a chance to get more card value here. Blood Fury Potion, that's probably not going to help me too much. Yeah, I'm not going to have any demons, so this is just a really overplaced blessing of +3 attack. Okay. Whirlwind or something. I'm going to coin armor up. Okay, that does increase your weapon. Fine. It's not going to let this guy go crazy, though, which is a key asset. Alright, so this time, we're going to try again. It worked! So now what do I want to do then? I could silence one of these guys and have a 5-5, and he would have to take some damage or do something to kill my guy. That's not too bad. I could heal him and do something small, but do I care about those small things? Not all that much. I don't have that many spells, so I'd be silencing this guy just in case, even though it's kind of speculative, because he's probably not going to get that much use. Yeah, I think this guy. Well, he could kill all my stuff by trading his 2 guys to take this out, and then using his weapon to take the other guy out, right? Whereas I could Wolf Rider and then heal him, and he could still just spend his stuff to kill my guys. So, yeah, whatever. Let's just play this. Fine. Now he's complaining about how long I spend thinking. Part of that is because I'm thinking and talking, which does slow down the process, but yeah. So he could just trade all his stuff, take 4 damage, and kill all my guys. He would have nothing left on the board, but he'd have 5 mana to start from scratch, and we'd have similar life totals. He also might have stuff in his hand to do a better job of this. No, okay, he's doing predictable mode. And then healing a lot, which is actually fine by me, because that's not a very aggressive play, and I'm much more worried about him going like aggressive and taking me down. Let's just play this guy. Heal myself. So if nothing terrible happens to this guy, I have, by the way, no use for his spell damage at all. Technically, the Dragon Fury Potion would do more damage. The Light Bomb doesn't even. That sucks balls. I was hoping I could give him +3 attack and then rampage with him, but no. So I can play 2 things if I play cheaper things, but I think the best thing right now is just play Boulder Fist so he can start killing guys. We both have a handful of cards. My opponent is definitely ahead in hit points and sort of board position. Well, I mean, my guy's better than his board, technically, but it's his turn, so I'm going to say he's definitely ahead. Because it's his turn. If this was the start of my turn, and everything was the same, number of cards and all that stuff, then I would say that, no, we're about, like, I'm ahead on board position. Random taunt minion. Okay, that's pretty strong. God damn. I'm going to have to +3 attack this guy just to get through that. And I can't afford to do that, and do this, and play the Enhancement Mechano, which is what I really want to do. So So this guy's going to be left vulnerable, right? I get him up to 9 attack. I kill that thing. He's down to 2 health. If I heal him, then actually it's hard for those guys to completely take him out. Okay.
Consider.
So that was okay. I can either play this guy to protect me from one of those, or just play him to directly kill one. I think I'm just going to directly kill one, honestly, because then there's less that can go wrong with that plan. Heal that. My opponent only needs 1 extra damage to kill it. But if he can't, then I have a big ogre lying around. He just needs 1 damage plus his dragon guy. It would be well worth it for him to kill my guy. My health is now low. I'm not super thrilled with how this game is going, although I'm pretty close to having a big Enhancer Mechano turn, if this guy could survive. I guess even if he doesn't, I could still do some kind of Enhancer Mechano turn, but it's not going to be a big one. He forgot to even attack? The hell? Okay, so this 4 mana, that leaves me with 5. So I can actually just play these 2, but I can also play him. I'm going to play these 2, actually, because he's just going to get his butt kicked.
You feel easy. Mind if I roll need? Expedition commencing.
That is not the ability. I wanted either of the other 2 abilities on him. God damn it. That's terrible. Fine. Killing that thing anyway. Even though I could have done a lot of damage. The 1 in 3 chance, man, it just did everything, like, the worst. It gave me 1 of each ability, and 1 of the last ways I would have chosen it. All that mattered was that I got Bubble or Wind Fury on this guy. That's all. That's all that mattered. Then I was fine. Rage him. You didn't have an inner rage in your deck. You just didn't get it while you had the Wolfman. Which is good for me, I guess. So annoying. Because if he'd gotten a bubble, he would have been full health. And if he got any other thing, then I could have killed that and hit him for 9, or I could have hit him for 18. It would have actually been kind of a hard choice. Probably kill the guy and hit him for 9. Discover a taunt minion. I don't like the look of that. This is also not the random potion I would have chosen at that point. Draw cards until you draw one that isn't a dragon. Okay, well, he drew a non-dragon. It was just a 4/5 that drew him a card, but still. Could silence that guy? Doesn't really help me that much. On the other hand, what else am I going to do? So I guess I'm going to waste my silence. Just to get an extra bit of damage there.
Hey, give me that! Oh!
That would have been nice.
Alright!
I guess I'll play this. Kind of putting all my cards on the board, so I'm vulnerable to some kind of area stuff, and it wouldn't take a lot of area stuff, because 2 of my guys are 1 hit point, one's 2. But at least if I get wiped, I can still Kraken. Leaving all my eggs in 1 Kraken. I was pretty worried about this guy, but he's really gone kind of slow after my worried session.
My blade be thirsty.
That's gotta die.
X marks the spot!
My health is so low that Bomb Squad is actually kind of worrying. I could do, actually, I don't have to blow him up. I could Potion of Madness, steal that guy, as long as I do it first. So I steal him, then if I hit the troll with my owl, troll is at 5 hit points, he will go up to 4 attack. No, I'm better off just hitting him with this guy then. Math works out. Okay. Hi. There may be some weird way I could get lethal out of this, but I doubt it. So we're gonna go...
Alright!
I strike.
Okay, so we're going to call that a good turn. Potion of Madness for the win. That is a lot of damage for a 1-mana spell. Yeah, he's like, screw you. Screw you and your Potion of Madness. Here I was worried it was not going to do the job for me. But, yep, that works out okay. We're going to have to see. Again, I did end up getting to where, like, a third of my deck is sort of serviceable early game stuff, even though I took 1 or 2 weaker minions for that. Voodoo Doctor is actually okay, because restoring 2 health where you need it for 1 mana is of a lot of value in the mid to late game. Or at least it can be a lot of value in the mid to late game. The Arcane Anomaly, not so much. He's just going to suck. I don't have that many spells. Especially spells that won't kill him. But yeah, I very much like having a couple of very big, powerful cards. I've got 2 6-mana big bruiser cards. I've got 2 10-mana-ish, like, major winning cards. And I've got 2 6-mana board wipey cards. That is a lot of power, and a bunch of my mid-game stuff is good for card advantage too, so we'll see how much I can pull off, if I can do as well as that not very good Paladin deck, next time.
Please click the like button before it clicks you. And don't forget to subscribe to Demonet Games for more Hearthstone Arena and other gaming videos.